price is moving away. I'll show you the execution on the dome real quick. For the strategy, I'm looking at this yellow line, and on the dome it shows it. And so I'm putting a limit order to buy, about 1 point away from my line. On the other side, I'm dropping down to exit that trade 2 points under the line. And then right below that, I'm setting an order to reverse the trade and go short. And then as the line moves, I'm just going to follow it with these orders. Now, I don't typically have them out there like this, but mentally in my head, this is what I'm thinking. Now, this would be to catch the short reversal. It would be the opposite of this to get into this trade that just happened, where we would have been short, it would have came up, it would have tagged us out, put us into a long, and we'd be riding this and trailing our stop down here. So as I was saying, for the strategy, I'm looking at this as my trading line, something that gives good risk reward on the moves that are made by price. And I adapt that line to pullbacks as I see them forming. So trend will change, obviously, if it's not a pullback and it's a reversal, as we have here. So that's all I'm looking at. I'm not doing analysis. This is just executing off of this simple approach. And it's very similar to what Mark Douglas did. He used EMA crossovers and said, get in the zone, don't have an opinion, just flow with price, follow it where it goes. Like a duckling following its mother, do it or die. So the execution on the dome, I'm looking at where the line is, and I'm saying, what is the next trade? Not the current trade. So the next trade would be, one, I could add to this move. And I do that about 1 point or so above the line. The next trade after that is going to be the reversal. The reversal will happen lower, obviously. So I'm going to be 2 points under the line, setting up an exit for this trade. Then under that, I want the reversal order to trigger, and that's this strategy. That is the strategy. I'm just mentally, I don't have this on my chart all the time, I know, but mentally, I'm setting up something like this in my head all the time, and I'm just trailing it when the line moves. So the next candle pops. There's a little pop sound actually on Tradovate. So when the next candle forms, this line will move 1 tick or 2 ticks. At that point, I'm just gonna trail the exact same bracket with the line. There's no analysis involved, really. I mean, it's just follow price. So for this move, when it started, we would have been short down here. We would have had our longs, as Brains did, had his long order set up to trigger him into a long with a stop. The stop would have taken us out of the short, put us into the long, and then we would be trailing underneath with our stops for that long. And it's just following price, catching the moves, setting these little traps, and triggering yourself into the trades as they come. It's hard to do because you can psych yourself out easily. But if you try to breathe and try to have no opinion about price potential, you can become pretty good at just following price and keeping your risk tight near the line to protect yourself. And what happens is consistency. Profitable, consistent trading week after. I was going to say, when I was reading Atomic Habits, when I kind of put this together on how I would do it, or bring myself to be able to do it, because it's tough, like I said, with anxiety. So one of the things I started doing was, like this little timer I have on here. I would put a timer on the candles and then use that. I set up an app on my phone to trigger these alerts with vibrations, because the audio ones I would just tend to ignore. So using like a runner's band, I would put my phone on my wrist or arm and get the vibration to remind me to move the orders in my trail. And I just had to do that to form the habit of being consistent in doing it, to actually follow my own strategy and create a habit out of doing it. Yeah, exactly. The line, it gives you a point of reference, and it's important to align with pullbacks so you know you're using the right line for the price action as it's currently happening. You want to be able to match yourself with the volatility in the market. So yeah, it gets difficult when things get choppy. You want more break evens on your trades. You want to be able to protect yourself in that sense and um, be open to scalping ranges if that's the play. But as soon as the market gives you an open to go back to this style of following moves, you definitely want to get back on it and not be scalping ranges anymore. You don't want to be calling tops and bottoms. It's better to trade from middle out and not like I did down here. I called it too early and then I stopped myself out. So I called it here and was able to ride. But yeah, it's important, that's the main thing is limit your risk and have a consistent way to do that. And if it's methodical, if it's systematic, if you can plan on it, then it's easier to stick to it and not let your emotions. If these moves happen all the time where it crosses price and you can get in, and then it's going to pull back, so you can add. So I would be in half, in the other half, ride. Now that would be if these candles, not this move specifically, but if these candles were a little bit larger and it went up and then down, that's what I'm talking about. So, like over here, pop, pull back. I'm in half, I'm in the other half, I'm riding the full position and cutting it. Yeah, with the 50 SMA, I have to lock it to the 5-minute chart. So if you're looking at it on TradingView, for example, you would say 50, close, and then time frame 5 minutes down here. That keeps it in the same place. Even though this is a 3-minute chart, or a 2-minute chart, or 4, or 6, it doesn't matter. It stays locked in the same place. And I just like these. I like it to keep it real dim also, since it's not my trading line. It's just something I'm watching to determine whether the market's bullish or bearish. So I call it my bull-bear line. Trades above it are more likely to work out if they're longs, and trades below it are more likely to work out if they're shorts. But yeah, on Tradovate, I don't know if you have Tradovate. I don't think you do, right? I think you have Ninja or Toss. But yeah, what I do on Tradovate is I just estimate and try to match where the line is. Because on TradingView, it's easy to lock it to the 5-minute, but Tradovate doesn't have that option. So I literally have to go in and change the line to whatever fits the time frame so that it looks the same as my TradingView chart. So this is basically a 50 SMA on a 5-minute candle, even though on a 2-minute candle I have to put it at 120 to get there. Yeah, it is. It's frustrating. I really wish Tradovate had that feature to lock it. But I'm so much of the time I'm on a 2 or 3-minute chart. I really only have to change it, once a day, something like that, a couple times maybe. It's not too bad. I got used to it. Oh, and because I have a lot of experience with changing it, I know 120 is the period to match on a 2-minute chart. If you're going to 3-minute chart, you have to drop it to 80, and then of course 5-minute, you're back at 50. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I'm saying those top two accounts have already hit their payout target, which is why they're above 1,500, and I can withdraw that money. So the third account is the first one that says 1,500 here. That account is, yeah, just $16 away from breaking through this $1,500 wall. So that means I'll be able to take out the 1,500 if I wanted to close the account, but also it means I can start growing it beyond the $1,500. This one down here is just an evaluation. So I won't pass this until next week probably. And then it'll become my fourth funded account. And that means, yeah, so actually, yeah. So I'll be growing all four of these at the same time. All funded. This is my second, third, and fourth funded, because the first one I blew when I fell asleep and I had a limit order that was off the chart. I didn't even see it on the chart. It was down, way down, and I fell asleep, took a nap, woke up, and the market tanked and hit my hit my long limit and kept going down, down, down while I was sleeping. So it almost blew the my first funded account, and then trying to recover it over the next couple days, I ended up blowing it myself because I only had like $200 of room to play with, and it was like, yeah, it was really difficult. And I tilted probably, and I don't know. It's really hard to trade with $200. But yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna try to copy trade all four of these and grow them, and take withdrawals when I can. Yeah. I haven't made any withdrawals yet because I'm trying to grow the cushion on these accounts so that I can eventually size up a little more. But yeah, this $4,400 here, this $4,400 here easily pays more than double what I've ever paid to Apex. So if that, then I unlock this 1,500 and add it to that total. That's gonna above and beyond pay for whatever I put on my credit card for Apex, because I think it was only $1,800 that I've ever paid to Apex for, I think, 35 evaluations and 4 funded accounts. Soon to be 5. And when I started with Apex, I wasn't taking it serious, and I was playing around with tick charts, and I was trying to trade all 4 accounts at once back then, and I just wasn't ready for it. So I blew through 4 at a time, like 3 different times. So there was like the first 12 accounts were gone like within the first 2 months, something like that. So yeah, I stopped playing with tick charts. I went back to what I knew worked and slowly built accounts after that, until I finally passed one. I think the first one I passed was like evaluation 23 or something. But yeah, I went through a rough patch for sure in 2023 where I had lost this consistency. And it's 2024. I'm all about like getting back to the consistency I had in 2022, because I was able to hold this kind of action down for 10 months. Well, their payout window is 2 times per month, so it's on the 1st and the 15th. And when those 2 days hit, you have 5 days to take out your money. Your minimum you can take out is $500 per account, and the maximum is whatever your account size allows for. You have a maximum only for the first 3 months that you withdraw money, and then the fourth month you withdraw money, there's no maximum. You can withdraw however much you want. For me, I'm probably just going to do the minimums, honestly, because I don't want to, destroy my cushion. If I don't really want to go back to the 1500 or lower. I want to have that cushion there in case of emotional errors and days where I really lose it. Trading the size I'm trading it's pretty easy to control everything, and the way I'm doing it, trading one micro visibly on the chart, even though trading 7 total over the 4 accounts, it's very cozy. But at some point, yeah, I'm going to increase that. I'm probably going to, the other copied accounts are probably going to be on 3 micros and then 4. But yeah, that's going to be for later down the road. I am impressed though that I've done this in 5 or 6 weeks. So I don't think it's going to be too long. What do you mean save one? Like don't copy trade one of the accounts? Like have it on standby? I know some people that do that. I could possibly start another evaluation and have an account waiting in the waiting in the wings, so to speak. But yeah, I don't know. I hope I don't get crazy and blow all 4 like I was doing 4 or 5 months ago when I was messing around with tick charts and stuff. So yeah, it's gonna be tough if that happens, because I have to start over from scratch. I'd like to definitely pull out some money and fund my live account, beef it up, and pay off that credit card debt. Yeah. But last month I did 6,000. So once I get all the accounts into or past the payout target, that's a nice chunk of change to build upon. Yeah, the strategy of working it like that, I go into the accounts and I'm turning on a multiplier. So when I pop in here, I can say, hey, I want my highest account, I want it at 1, and then the other accounts with the lower balances, I want them all copy traded with a multiplier. Right now that's just 2, but I plan to increase that in the future. And it is psychological that I can trade my chart with the 1 micro, and it just feels like I'm throwing lunch money around. But the other accounts are actually building more significantly. Yeah, it's something to think about. I might start another evaluation after I pass this last one. This account here on the bottom is the last evaluation that I've paid for. So it's only like $309 away from passing this one. After I pass this, it'll turn into my 4th funded, and I'll be starting with this same $1,500 wall until I get that to its payout target. Right. It's hard work to get these accounts from evaluation phase to funded phase to payout phase. So it's definitely, I don't want to whittle down the size I can actually trade in the account. Because no matter what the balances say, it might be $100,000 based on how they advertise it, but really those numbers you're looking at is all I have to trade with. So, 7,000, whatever. So Apex is cool. They let you, if you're profitable and consistent, they'll monitor your live, your funded accounts, and let you keep 100% of the first 25K that you make on each account. Or I think in total. Yeah, I think in total 25K in withdrawals. You keep 100% of that, and then after that it's a 90-10 split. Yeah, it is good cushion. I'm cool. I'm cool with if withdrawing whatever above 2,000. Hopefully that gets to 500. If I can get those to 2,500 by Valentine's Day, that'd be cool. I'd be chill withdrawing that. But yeah, the next payout window is February 15th. So at that point, I'll have 5 days to decide how much I'll take out of the cushion. I'm in no hurry. I mean, that's one of the things that I think finally got me to this point is that I slowed down. I was too anxious, too jumpy, too, over trading like crazy and stuff. And yeah, just dialing it back, sizing it down, and taking it slow and being patient. All that has helped me build upon the balances day after day. I haven't calculated it yet, but I'm going to go put it in the trading journal. Now that it's after 4, I'm going to go ahead and cut the stream and put that number in my journal. But I think for the week, it's somewhere around $2,000 profits over the 4 accounts. And it's crazy to think that's happening since I'm trading 1 micro visually. But yeah. All right, boys. Thanks for hanging out. I'll catch you next week. See you.